This is Peter Morosky, the nurse, and today I want to talk about on why Eric Banner's Hulk from 2003 would wipe the floor with the MCU Thanos. I know people will bring up how Thanos beat up Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, but let's be honest with ourselves. This was when that Hulk was starting to go down the drain. You know, he was just, the MCU decided, hey, let's just get rid of Hulk. You know what I mean? So okay, now first of all, strength. Now, Thanos has performed some well-made feats, such as destroying Iron Man's nanotech armor, which is impressive, and then ripping the Mind Stone from Vision's head, which is made from what's the vibranium? Yeah, when it ripped the Mind Stone from Vision's head, that's made out of pure vibranium. So you have to be really strong. He only did that with his fingers, so you have to be really strong to do that. And then also, of course, him punching up the Hulk in the opening scene. And he fought Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor at once. Even fought Captain America when he was wielding Mjolnir. And then he broke Cap's shield, which was a freaking awesome moment. It was a really cool moment. And to be honest, but to be honest, if you watch this fight with the Hulk right at the end, where Thanos just knocks him out for a bit. You notice when he picks the Hulk up, you can see you hear Thanos like groaning when he lifts him up, and like you know, a guy this strong, he should be able to lift him up without groaning at all, right? I mean that didn't really make no sense to me. Now to get onto Eric Banner's Hulk. Eric Banner's Hulk, on the other hand, was able to throw and smash giant tanks like they were absolutely nothing. Like if you see that scene, he runs to the tank and just freaking body slams that crap and freaking just takes it and just swings it around and boom, that was awesome. That was awesome. And then, not to mention how he was. We don't see it happen off screen, but we know it happened. When he fell from the Earth's atmosphere, he landed in the water, and somehow he had the strength to actually swim through that, dig himself under the city, wherever they were. I can't remember the city they were in, and he swam the city from below, and then he just kind of started crawling his way to the surface. And when he comes up, just freaking smashes everything. When he comes up to the surface. Him just climbing up to the surface causes the whole road to freaking crack open, and when he bursts out, he freaking sends cars flying without him barely trying, right? Like that's freaking insane. I don't see the MCU Hulk doing anything like that, or I don't see the MCU Hulk or MCU Thanos doing anything like that. Not to mention in the desert scene where he fights the military, he was able to catch a missile with one hand while he was running and hold it like it was nothing, and just jumped up and just to hold it while it was going like this, like took it in his mouth. I mentioned this before in my very first video, where he takes that in his mouth, just and then and to be honest, that's a lot of force to stop with just one hand while you are running and getting shot at, right? Now, as for abilities, without the stones, Thanos does not really have any special abilities. Like, he's super strong and he is a tactician, I get that, but he doesn't really have any, like, really special abilities, He has his super strength and all that, but that's that and his tactics, but that's pretty much it. Hulk, on the other hand, he has an incredible healing factor that can heal him within seconds. So even if Thanos was able to cut him with that big blade he used to cut Cap's shield with, or blast him with a stone, Hulk would just heal pretty much all straight away from that, and also he would, after taking a hit from one of the, if he hits him with one of the stones, there's a lot of gamma in those stones, so Hulk will be able to absorb a lot of that and add that to his power and makes him even more powerful. And not to mention, this Hulk grows bigger the matter he got. Like, if I remember correctly, his smaller size, like when he first transformed, his smaller size, like I think it's 8 feet. 8 feet. That's his smaller size. His middle ground feet is 12 feet, and then his top size is 15 feet. Is 15 feet. 15 feet, right? And to be honest, if Thanos faced that, Thanos would probably crap his pants if he saw that. Like, if he punched that Hulk a couple of times, that small Hulk a couple of times, and he just grew in size, like Thanos would he'd be going, whoa, what the heck is going on here? And look, and let's be honest, like I said earlier in the video, that scene where Hulk just picks the tank up and throws it off, that's pretty much, I think that's what would happen in this fight. What Hulk did to that tank at full size, Hulk would do to Thanos very easily. Hulk without... I'm not sure if they got a picture in here. No, they don't. No. Anyway, no. But this big guy, he was able to grab Thanos' ankles and just throw him around and then boom, freaking throw him across as far as the tank did, and so I just toss him like a freaking giant purple ragdoll. Now, speed and agility. This goes out quick. This easily goes to Hulk. Hulk was able to jump at a great distance through a freaking desert, And as for speed, he was able to run so fast that it helped him jump to that distance. Like when you see him bust out of that military prison, and you see him running. In fact, you got a picture of it right here. I'm not sure if you can see it. There it is right there. That's him running there. And when you watch the actual clip where this picture is, he's running so fast. He's struggling to get a hold of his feet because he's never moved that fast before. And when he gets a hold of his speed, he just does a couple of small jumps and then bam, it goes all across, jumps for more than a mile. Now Thanos, on the other hand, yes, I'm sure Thanos has some agility, but we've never really seen his agility, to be honest. In most of his fights, we just see him stand there, like either hitting someone with his fists or his weapons, or just blasting with the stones. But so I can't really say anything for Thanos' agility because we haven't really seen it by hardly any of it. And as for speed, from what I've seen, I'm sure Thanos can run pretty fast. I'm not saying he can't, but from what I've seen, Thanos has not really shown any really great speed feats. I mean, in Avengers Endgame, a younger Thanos, could barely run fast enough to reach the gauntlet before Wonder got in his way. I mean, so yeah, speed and agility definitely goes to the Hulk it goes to Eric Bana's Hulk without question. Like if you say Thanos dead, then you're just being really biased here. The only thing that Thanos has in this fight is his combat experience, which worked on the MCU Hulk. But all of that experience is, when you think about it, all that experience is kind of useless if he can't even land a hit on him. Like I said, Hulk's got better agility, he's got greater speed, he's got a better healing factor. So all that freaking jab from behind that he did to Mark Ruffalo's Hulk wouldn't work on this guy. Like, he's too big. Like, his hit spell wouldn't do anything. It'd probably just piss him off. It'd be just piss that Hulk off even more. And if Hulk gets a cut, Hulk will just heal. Like I said, Hulk heal instantly. Like I said, it'll just make him stronger. This Hulk took multiple, like I said in my very first video on this channel, like this Hulk took multiple hits from lightning from the Absorbing Man, and giant rocks falling on top of him, and he didn't even have a scratch. He just kind of looked tired and pissed off. Now I get that. Yeah, and while Thanos took one good hit from Iron Man, and he actually bled. And like I said, Hulk literally fell from the Earth's atmosphere all the way to the ocean and just came back and just looking pissed off. Yeah, look, I admit, I know Thanos was able to take hits from Mjolnir and that freaking lightning from Mjolnir, but to be honest, him falling from the atmosphere that high and going into the ocean and then swimming under the sea like that, just busting up, I think that's. I'm not sure if it would be true or not, but I'm pretty sure that far surpassed than those small hits that Cap got on Thanos with Mjolnir. And those, like I said, Hulk got hit by lightning multiple times, and Hulk barely flinched. He just got back up. And when you see Cap bring the lightning down on Thanos actually screams in pain like that. It took him just a little bit to get back up, to get back up, right? And yes, I know Hulk, took some damage from those three Gamma dogs, but he healed in seconds after that. You got to realize that these dogs, they actually have Hulk's DNA inside of them, so it makes sense why they'd be able to make him bleed, and like I said, yeah, if you can take, I apologize. I keep doing that for some reason. But yeah, he took damage from those dogs, and yes, the reason why he got damage from them is because they have Hulk's dad injected Hulk's blood into them, so that's why they will do some really serious damage to him, like even biting onto his groin area if you look closely. But even so, even after he killed all three dogs were killed, he just he did look tired and busted afterwards. But once he got to the lake, he healed completely. He healed in freaking seconds. And like I said, he started transforming back into Bruce. And when he walked to the car where Betty is, he's freaking he's completely healed. Like Bruce Banner's completely healed. There's no scratches on him. So, and yeah. So no matter how many times Thanos hits him, it won't do anything. Hulk will just and if Thanos uses the stones, like I said, Hulk will just absorb the gamut from the stones. If Thanos has them in this hypothetical fight. Yeah, and the way I think this fight will go down is I can see Thanos, if this fight takes place after he beat the crap out of the MCU Hulk, I can see Thanos not taking him seriously at first because Hulk at a smaller size, like 8 feet. But like I was, Hulk will just get bigger to the point where he towers over him, like 15 feet over Thanos, and Hulk will just tower over Thanos like how an elephant towers over a rhino or a lion, and like I said, Hulk can just grab onto one of his legs and just toss him through the air like he did to that tank, right? Like he did to the tank, right? So, and like I said, yeah. Whew, man, I'm running out of breath here. It's been a while since I did one of these videos. Yeah, so and to be honest, in my personal opinion, that's why Eric Banner's Hulk from this Eric Banner's Hulk would wipe the floor with the MCU Thanos. And I'm just going to say this right now. I just don't want to end it on that. I want to say something. I don't care what people say. I love this movie. Like, I didn't think much of it when I was a little kid. I didn't really understand what the heck was going on in this movie. But like months ago, I rewatched this movie at nighttime. Like, it was the first time watching it, and I had an absolute blast watching this. And now, as an adult, I understood what this movie was getting across. So it's a great superhero movie. In fact, I would actually put it in my top 10 favorite superhero movies ever. And I actually love this movie more than a lot of the MCU films. And come on, and I highly recommend this movie. It's very underrated, and let's be honest. And the one thing you can't take away from this Hulk, even if you don't like this Hulk movie that much, what you can't take away is that this is the only live action Hulk that actually where he wears the classic purple pants. Like Edward Norton's Hulk and Lou Ferrigno's Hulk and Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, they never wore the purple pants in live action. They did reference the purple pants in Edward Norton's Hulk, but he didn't wear them. So you got to give this movie credit for that being comic accurate with Hulk's freaking signature look, right? And like I just gonna give you a quick look. So like I said, this is a really great underrated superhero movie, and if you see that shot, right, that's the shot I was talking about after he just got hit from the ocean, right? So I highly recommend this movie very much. I love it, and I really love it. And hot take, this is my favorite live action version of the Hulk. Like I love Edward Norton, I love Mark Ruffalo before he turned into a freaking overgrown Shrek nerd, and obviously we were going to get the signature Hulk back in Spider-Man Brand New Day, but I'm afraid that Spider-Man's just going to knock him out with that gauntlet thing or whatever he's got in the trailer. So I just want to say that's my favorite live action Hulk. And back to the point. And so to the final conclusion of this video, after the points I've made, in my personal opinion, this big guy right here, Eric Banner's Hulk from 2003 would wipe the floor with the MCU Thanos. Like this barely wouldn't even be a fight. Like Thanos would land a couple of hits in, but overall, this Hulk's overall strength, size, speed, agility, and all of his great abilities would overcome the MCU Thanos. So this has been Creed Morosky, the Nurser. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to know, why this Hulk is more durable than Edward Norton's Hulk and Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, please check out my very first video on this channel. If you ever watched any of my old videos from a month ago, so please like and subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.